I don't even know what recording is.
So we're here outside Borough Markets with two Australians. What's your name?
Is that where we are?
My name's David and this is Joshua.
Hello,
We're
David.
both Australians.
Hello, David and Joshua. And we're talking to people about how they use IT and the internet, what kind of things they use it for.
You use the internet to make your hands warm?
To make your hands warm?
You can probably buy a product on the internet that will do that for you.
What do you use it for?
Well, I tell you what I use it for. On my desk, I'm the principal of a Bible college in Sydney, and we train people to go out into the world to share the good news of the Lord Jesus. On my desk, I have a computer, and I turn it on every afternoon for 1 hour. And I get all my emails in and I answer them, and I turn it off. If I have to answer them with a wordy response, I write it out by hand, give it to my PA, and she sends it out. Now that is the extent of my use of the internet now. But in November last year, I bought myself an iPod, which I was quite proud about, and I now use an iPod. I downloaded my favourite music, which is all old 1950s music, and I listen on an iPod to my music. And that's it. Everything I do with a pencil and a pen. I write all my own material because I have to preach a lot, but I don't type it. I write it out with pencil and paper. So I use, I guess, internet. I used it, and while I'm here in London, I access the Sydney Morning Herald website because I just don't feel at home reading your papers. So I go to www.sydneymorningherald.com.au and I read all the news from home. And
so you used it to kind of find out the news from home?
Yes, the letters to the editor I read. I read the obituaries, I read the business pages, and I read the sporting pages. Now that's it. Joshua, what about you?
I go on Facebook and listen to music, and that's it. So I can tell all my friends that I've just been interviewed by techies.
Okay, that's cool.
You get emails from home, don't your parents email you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, Facebook is a communication, social networking tool, sort of a broad thing. It's all under one banner, really.
See, he assumes
little blue
I understand
Facebook
all
banner.
that. You should say that, Josh.
Say what?
You shouldn't assume that people understand. I've never been on Facebook in my life. I keep getting people who ask me, would I become a Facebook friend?
Would you?
I just delete it. I hope I'm not being rude. I like to keep a nice clean page on the computer, so I delete it. But no, because to be a friend, you've got to register and all that.
You know what really annoys me? You as techies would understand this. Having the little number next to your inbox that says 100 billion, not that it ever gets that big, but like, having the little number next to your thing, and when you log into Facebook and there's the inbox thing and there's the little number next to it, I hate having the little number there. Got to get rid of the number. Don't have an email message on chat. Not one.
Our college has got a website, www.smbc.com.au. So you can go there and look at that. And this week...
But Cookie didn't make that.
But no, I didn't. And this week our promotions lady sent me a statistical rundown that it's been hit by 12,000 people and all this sort of business.
Wow.
I don't really understand what that means.
That means it's popular.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's very good.
And
means you're reaching more people.
Joshua's father is the pastor of the church which I attend. He's a very good friend of mine, and he's at www.rpc.org.au.
I've never been there.
So we've all got our addresses, haven't we?
Yeah, we've all got websites too.
Do you think the internet sort of helps that way?
The internet is amazing because when I get up in the morning, over here, I go down and I log on and I get all my mail that's at home. Now when I started coming to England back in the 1980s, I remember writing a letter over here to a man, asking him would he come to Australia, waiting for 2 weeks for him to respond, and then I'd respond to that. So that is amazing. It'd take 2 or 3 weeks before I could plan a trip by letter. Now I get up, I go downstairs and I look at my mail, which has come in at home. So the www World Wide Web is really very good, isn't it? Yeah, I'm all for it.
In conclusion.
So do you know anyone who might actually not know how to use the internet or computers?
Well, I don't think
My grandmother.
my mother never learned how to do it. My mother died last year at age 92. She worked full-time until 6 weeks before she died. So she was a remarkable lady who worked full-time, but I don't think she ever went on the web.
Well, do you think if she was still here today, do you think that getting on the internet would be something you would quite like to teach her?
She was although she was 92, she was a young thinking person. All the great-grandchildren and grandchildren all loved her, and all her children did, because she was a contemporary person. She was an interior decorator. And I think, yeah, I mean, we never taught her because she never indicated an interest, but I'm sure people, I think people need to get on. Like, look at this, and it's amazing to me that this trip, I've got one of these.
What, a mobile?
A mobile phone.
I thought you had one of those before.
I have, but I always sat in my drawer next to the bed and I never got it out. For this trip I got it out.
We're trying to get people to pledge to do something quite practical with someone they know who might not be as confident using the web as they are. You know, so just get them to do a simple thing like teach them how to send an email or watch a film or search for something. Would either of you be able well, Joshua, would you be able to pledge to help teach, I'm sorry, David to do something different online?
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do, David?
I've got no idea what I want to do. I'm doing what I want to do now. I'm quite content. Okay. I'm sure there are other things.
Can you think of something that might make David's life happier? If he were to find it online?
Getting Facebook. Or watching Luke on YouTube.
Watching Luke on YouTube. Okay, will you pledge to show David Luke on YouTube?
He's done that.
But maybe you could pledge to get me to join your Facebook.
Yeah.
Because
You'd have to make one yourself to do that.
You could show him how to make
You could
a
take him
Facebook
through
account.
it.
You can't just join.
Well, you can just join, but he could with your help.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just join mine. I mean, you have to make your own.
You'll have to friend him. Yeah. Would you like to pledge to help create a Facebook account?
I pledged.
If you pledge, you got to
I-
do it.
No, I'm not pledging.
No,
No, I'm not pledging. I'm sorry, I'm a man of my word.
he is. He's a good man.
No, I don't know.
Anyway,
My
we'll
grandma's
pledge,
pretty useless
we'll
with
pledge,
these.
we'll
I'll
pledge, we'll
pledge
pledge
to make
talk
her
more
less
about
useless.
it, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Talk
Definitely.
more and get people used to computers and the internet.
Yeah.
Well, like, what do you two do?
people
anyway?
need
You
computers
into
and
all
the
this,
internet?
are you?
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
at an IT conference, so what does
Yeah.
that mean you are?
Well,
IT professionals, David. Of course.
I work for a company called Talk About Local, and we help people create community websites free and quite simply, and just how they can make something quite useful for their community online. And
I'm from UK Online Centres, and we have about 3,000 centres across England who help people get to know computers and the internet through free and easy courses. So it teaches them how to use a keyboard, how to use a mouse, how to search very easily, and how to email.
That's
It teaches you all the basics.
Good idea.
I have
Well, you're
made.
both lovely. I'm sure you'd be great to do that. It's been nice talking to you.
it's been lovely talking to you two. You've
You
been
haven't
our
got a
most
pledge out of
entertaining
us.
pair.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, for entertainment value, you've been
Not
gold.
the first people who said
You haven't got a pledge out of us, but we will talk
That's
about
true.
it. won't we?
I reckon
But
you're
I
struggling to
think
get
we've
a
got the
pledge.
best video out of you two.
Yeah, good idea. It's good to meet you.